Here we go. The big show. This beat makes me feel like I want to rap or something, man. It's wild. Every time I hear it, Lord knows I can't rap. So we about to get it popping. Yo. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's your main man JD in the building, along with my main man James and my main man Steve, hanging out tonight for, what do they call it? They call it the big show. That's what we hanging out for tonight.
Show.
It's not just a little show. It's not a medium show. It's not an average show. It's the big show. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
It's the big show. So yes, tonight we are watching. Dang, I'm so used to saying that. Tonight, we got a few different things we are going to discuss. First and foremost, we're going to jump into our D23 rumors, news and rumors. We're going to discuss that first and foremost. After that, we're going to dive into X-Men casting rumors.
Heating up.
And then finally, we're going to end the show with our Spider-Man Brand New Day big show spoiler discussion, and we're gonna go all the way in. So I'm gonna try to leave at least like 25 minutes for us to discuss that, because love that movie, man. Really love it. And I got some questions I'd like to ask you guys. So yeah, man, I'm super excited for tonight. Can't wait to get it going, but let's get the particularian first. So big shout out to Patrick Wheeler in the building. What's going on,
Hey, Patrick?
What's going on? And we got Johnny, the last real bad guy, in the building. What's going on, Johnny? I hope everybody's doing good in that direction as well. But yes, tonight we will be reacting to all the X-Men casting rumors, Spider-Man Brand New Day spoiler discussion, and also a preview of D23. If you are here tonight and you have not done so already, please hit that like button. If you're watching on X, shoot that retweet out. If you're over on the Purple Network, aka Twitch, also go ahead and hit that follow button, because we would love to have your support and appreciation. But yes, also, I'm waiting for one of my guys. One of my guys said that he was going to come on the stream tonight, so I'm gonna wait for him to jump in the stream and say something, because he was actually our 1,432nd subscriber.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I was gonna wait for him to show up and say that he's in the chat, and then we'll do something special for him that we do for everybody else. So just so he can see it, he's one of my guys at work, man. But one, Mr. KRMB in the building.
KR.
What's going down, KR? I'm glad to have you hanging out with us tonight. Yes, like I said, if you have not done so already, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, you might as well go ahead and make that happen, because you can be number 1,433. But without further ado, and I hate when people say that, so I'm never going to say that again, we will get going on our D23 conversation. So let me switch my screen up real quick. And let me share my other screen. Where's it at? Boom and boom. Okay. So, oh, we got one other person in the chat right now. I see you. Katie Joe in the building.
Katie, what's up?
Cup of Joe says hi. I say hi. What's going on? But yes, we will jump into and start discussing right now our D23 2026 preview. So the first thing we will discuss is probably the first major thing that I am sort of looking for when it comes to D23 is the first trailer, and this is like a prediction slash a hope, but it's the first trailer for the movie Starfighter. I don't know if you guys know much about it, but the movie is already completed. It's in post production. It opens May 28th, 2027, starring Ryan Gosling, Flynn Gray, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre, Amy Adams, and many, many, many more. So, yeah, I don't know a ton about it. I know some of the premise, but I don't know a ton about it. They haven't released a ton of information on it. They've only came out and gave the cast. We know that Ryan Gosling's character is going to be like mentoring a younger kid who I believe is supposed to be force sensitive. There were rumors that Ray is going to appear in this movie as well. And I don't want to start booing, but I'm gonna start booing. Boo! No. I'm good on Ray. I'm good on Ray. I'm real good on Ray. Yeah, I'm cool on Ray, man. I'm cool.
What didn't you like about Ray?
I just man, here we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We're here for it.
Yes, this is what we're here for. So I felt like Ray's character never really dealt with a whole lot of struggle, and I didn't respect her in her journey. Like I felt like they had something going when they had I don't remember which movie it was, but they had a movie that one of the movies where her and Kylo Ren sort of like teamed up, and they looked like they were gonna like really like maybe jump into a relationship or something like that. Yeah. You know, maybe her and Ben were gonna get it going. But even outside of that, they like teamed up for one scene and like shredded a bunch of troopers. And I remember like the scene was lit in red. Like, dude,
that was like the dopest
scene in the entire, 789. Like dopest scene. And then like they just never really gave us that anymore. Like I would have loved to have seen them either team up or be like completely against each other, and they sort of just kind of played it down the middle. No, just wasn't feeling it. KR says Mary Sue. Fair. Yeah, pretty much. And they you know what, I think the ideal they gave her the idealized version of what they think a person's hero struggle is supposed to be. And they gave us the hero struggle without the hero part. So and not as much struggle as was needed. So like I just lost respect for the character. Didn't really feel it as much as I wanted to. I just don't think that her character lived up to the hype. But
I mean, really, if you think about it, though, she parallels like Luke in a lot of ways at the beginning. Like, if you think about it,
did she get her hand cut off?
No, I mean, like, in a lot of ways, not all the ways, but man, come on now. I mean, like they talk about her being like on that, like she was like a refugee on that planet and couldn't get out, just like Luke was. She eventually gets out, finds out she has a heritage, just like Luke does.
Yeah.
I mean, she finds out she's tied.
And then and I feel like they threw that in, like just to do it. Yeah, like it wasn't earned. It wasn't earned
too much for me to really enjoy, because you're like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. The exact same thing that happened to the other dude.
Yeah, I mean, just wasn't earned.
The only thing that would have been worse to me is if she would have had a brother and she would have wound up kissing him real quick. And then he did
right. I'm glad they didn't go there.
I'd be like, all right, y'all need to get some fresh ideas. Come on.
Yeah, we're not feeling that. But yeah, I'm glad they didn't go there.
In the first one, and everyone just pretended like it didn't happen.
Yeah. But I mean, they didn't know though, so it was okay, right?
Maybe she wouldn't know. Then we have. I'm saying they could have done that.
It's very weird.
I'm saying.
Very weird. If it's not the Game of Thrones universe, we don't do that. Only on Game of Thrones universe can we get away with that stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think of Ray, real quick, Steve?
Well, I didn't have a problem with it. Like I felt like her character was a bit generic. It was a bit generic. I agree kind of with both of you all. They drew parallels from the first trilogy. But that's why I like Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Right.
Because it reminded me of like the original ones, because they pretty much just kind of took it back there. Now I enjoyed it, but to your point, you know what I mean, I felt like her character was very generic. Like you had seen a lot of that before, or they kind of gave her a storyline that was forced and it didn't flow in with the movie very well. Because like I thought they kind of done they kind of, like you said, they kind of flirted around with the relationship with her and Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, even Finn. They were kind of all over the place with her, like her personal relationship.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so like they didn't want to settle with that. Now her as a protagonist, like a hero character, I kind of got behind that. I did feel like she was heroic. She sold some of the action scenes. So I enjoyed that part.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think it was a bit generic.
Yeah. Well, I do think they tried to kind of copy and paste a lot of the first trilogy.
They did.
Or like not the first, really. I guess technically like 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
The first one we saw. Anyway,
the original trilogy.
Yeah, the original trilogy. There we go. That's a better way to put it. But I mean, they copied and pasted like they had a different version of R2-D2. They had all that good stuff in there. But I do think it's kind of, if it's not new, you have to do something different enough that they distinguish themselves, and they didn't. And they had a lot of things that started to go somewhere. Yeah. And then and for us, I mean, as kids, you can watch that and be like, okay, that's kind of fun. Oh, I don't really care about that. Just keep moving. But as adults, I think we look at that and go, what were you doing? Did you change your mind? What happened? And
right.
Yeah. So I think, and I just think they failed to stick the landing at all. So.
Yep. Nope. Agreed. 100% agree. Just wasn't feeling Rey. Ended up. We probably gave Rey too much time. I am sort of excited for Starfighter. I just hope that well, I'll ask one question and you only got 10 seconds to answer. Can Starfighter actually save the Star Wars universe? Start with you, James.
Not by itself, no. I mean, you are going to have your people that are going to watch it no matter what, but it's going to take something special to really pull it out and make people come out to see it. And I don't think by itself it'll do it, but it can help get people interested again. It's kind of laying the groundwork, essentially. It can do that. Got you.
Okay, your turn, Steve.
Yeah, I have similar feelings. Right now, I would say no. If you would have asked me this, if this would have came out 4 or 5 years ago when The Mandalorian was popular on Disney Plus, I would have said yes, because there's a lot of things going. Right now, I just don't see it. Like, I know, what was it, The Mandalorian and the one that's out now in theaters. That one didn't live up to the hype. Yeah,
no,
that one didn't live up to the hype. It's one of these movies, unlike the Marvel movies, where I'm wondering, and as a educator, I'm around high schoolers a lot, junior high students. I don't hear them talking about Star Wars. Like it hasn't. When I first got in education, those students, 10 years ago, they were still hyped up about Star Wars, and even when The Mandalorian came out 5 years ago, they were still talking about that. I don't hear that anymore from them, and so I wonder if it's landing with that generation that's in high school right now. So right now, I don't think alone it's gonna save it.
Yep, I don't think so either. But it can set it on a better path. It can set it on a better path. So yeah, let's move on real quick from there. Also for D23, they are predicting that we'll get a Ahsoka season 2 teaser. I think Ahsoka is probably the best show that we've seen out of Star Wars, other than The Mandalorian. And the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and not the third, not the last season of Mandalorian. That was rough. But yeah, the season 1 of Ahsoka was great. I love the Anakin fight scene, and seeing Anakin sort of in the flesh again was dope. Like, I love how they did that. I love how they kept it a little bit more mature. I think that's I enjoy it. What do you guys think on Ahsoka season 2?
Well, Rosario Dawson's always going to be anything she's in. I'm going to be a fan of
course.
Start right there.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, you could just stop there.
I know that's it. I mean, is she going to be in it? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
We're done right there. But
yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. What? Yep. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I'm similar. I thought season 1 had some highlights. I didn't see all of it. I caught some. So to be fair, just what I've seen, I wasn't blown away. So I'm not super excited about season 2. But like you said, watching just a couple of episodes is probably the best thing I have seen come out of Star Wars since The Mandalorian. And I'm enough of a fan that I'll give it a shot. But I'm not gonna be running to the screen in excitement and anticipation is there.
Agree. No, I'm the same way. I'm excited for it. We'll see what it looks like. The next Star Wars trilogy could finally be revealed. Would you guys be excited to see that? Like just the pause is enough answer. Like to me, I don't know what direction they would be trying to go in. I don't understand. Like I feel like you can't pick up from where the other series ended. Like you almost need to just like pick a time either way in the past or way in the future and just build from there. Like I don't think that we have to always have a Skywalker story. And there are so many other stories that could be told in this universe, and I feel like you can build an entire new trilogy off of that, and then you can kind of separate yourself from some of the things that were that may have caused problems when you were developing the prequel series and the last 3 films.
Fitting your storyline into what you
Yep.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think my hesitation is real simple. It's like I feel like I really honestly don't know where they could go that would make me happy at this point. And kind of to your point, is that I don't want to have to know all the lore to enjoy it, but at the same time, they haven't given me anything that or very little that makes me want to cheer and be happy and excited. Grogu, like I think Steve said had a great point. Like a few years ago, Grogu, Mandalorian, people were on it for a while, and they were just strike while that is hot and keep going with that. And they didn't. They just put out. They just forced a handful of things out. None of them were good. None of them really made anybody really excited.
Yep. All I know is when Luke Skywalker appeared during the final episode of season 1, I was like, this is peak. Like we back. We back.
Exactly.
And then it just fell off.
Like, oh my God, are you watching
I was like, bro, did you watch this? Like that was now that's when I wish we had the channel popping then, because that would have been crazy fun to watch live. Like I would have loved watching that live. Like I mean when his theme started playing and he started wrecking shop, like I got a little choked up. Like that's how much Star Wars means to me, and I'm sure it means the same to you guys. And for them to have fallen off the way they have, it's a travesty, man. It's a travesty. It's a travesty.
Maybe I think they need like a fresh new take. Like maybe do like a whole, maybe just like do like a new a bad guy that really is a bad. I haven't seen a bad guy that makes me want to be like, oh my, like Vader makes you feel like, how do you be Vader?
Yes.
Kylo was intriguing, but to me he was Vader with anger problems and who was through a little. And I almost had and they tried to mix comedy in there. Like Vader was never really funny, but in a dry way. And they made Kylo Ren funny because he was like throwing temper tantrums and like destroying whole rooms.
Yes.
You're like,
yes.
But Vader Vader would kill somebody and laugh at them.
Yep.
But what was that scene? What was that hallway scene that we saw? That was the
end of Rogue One.
Yeah.
That whole movie was like, okay, it's all right. Yeah, not too bad. And that scene happened, and I was like, well, that just took it to another level. I mean, I watched that scene probably at least 50 more times since then. To be like, I mean, I've imagined that from the point of the guy. Can you imagine running down a hallway and you're doing everything you can to get away from that guy, and you can't? No one can stop the dude behind you. Right. He's just murking everybody one by one. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine how scared I'd be. So, I mean, that made that whole movie right there for me. That whole thing. We need a bad guy that makes me kind of feel like that again. Like, oh my Lord, how? And I think they put that there to remind you that hallway scene to remind you how much of a beast Vader really was. Yes. I never felt that for Kylo Ren.
Yes, and because they didn't give him a chance to shine like that.
I mean, I think he could have.
For sure.
But then again, I kept trying to figure out: is he going to wind up dating Rey, or what's going to happen with that? You can't have him killing everybody and then be like, "Oh, you know what? I want to be a dad now." So, hey,
right?
No.
Yep. Or KR put in the chat, he said, more Thrawn, please. Yes, give me that. Give me Thrawn. I will take more of Admiral Thrawn. And I mean, like, you can build him up in a way that he's not Vader, but he can be just as menacing. And I hope that they at least decide to give us that in the next season of Ahsoka. But what do you think about another trilogy, Steve?
I like, they would have to hook me first, and I'm not hooked right now. I mean, I was very, very disappointed with the Rise of Skywalker. Like, that was it for me. I was very disappointed with that. Then I like you were saying, they got me back with the Mandalorian. But right now, I would have to see the direction. Like, I'm not excited. I'm not moved by it right now. Now, I'm enough of a fan. Like, I would show up. I would watch it. I'm enough of a fan about it. But like right now, no, they haven't hooked me. Like, what we got, I don't want to step on it. But like what Spider-Man did for me last week with Marvel and the MCU, where it hooked me, I'm like, okay, I'm back. Like, I'm in. I'm
all the way
back.
Yeah.
Star Wars hasn't really done that for me right now. They haven't engaged me. So it's
we forgive you for Captain America, like Captain America, the Red Hulk.
Right.
For that.
Because
of that Spider-Man movie.
I'm full. I'm there. So Star Wars, they're gonna have to engage people again. They're gonna have to hook us.
Yep. Nope. Totally agree. Let's go rapid fire through these other potential things, and we'll do yay or nay. You just give me a yay or a nay if you're excited for it. Marvel's Vision Quest, which is a show that's going to be coming out this fall, featuring Vision, also some Wanda, potentially his kids, also potentially Chris Pratt in the show with him as well. So as Star-Lord, yay or nay?
Yay. I like WandaVision.
Yes.
I was a fan.
Same.
Yay. Keep it on that pace. I think I'm for that.
Yes, I'm a yay on that too. We will be doing live stream watch parties for that as well. So can't wait for that. Daredevil Born Again season 3, which has already completed filming and will maybe get a trailer shown now and will end up airing next late winter, early spring. Yay or nay for Daredevil Born Again season 3?
If I gotta pick one, I would say nay. Yeah. I'll watch it, but I mean,
yep, I'll be watching it. We'll be doing live stream watch parties for it again, and it's gonna. I'm a
trying to calm down there, JD. Come on.
Now. Oh my God, man. Sorry. Gotta tame my excitement for that one. The last season just let me down.
Reel it in.
Last season let me down, and then finally. Marvel Zombies season 2 animation. Yay or nay?
Yay. Yeah. I actually like some of the things they did with that.
Yeah.
I did too. It's its own thing, so I'm excited for that. Oh, and one other thing. More Avengers Doomsday footage. Yay or nay?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yay.
Nay.
Nay. Oh, okay. You don't want to know? All right.
I know. I know. Look, I am fully aware that with this show, I'm gonna wind up seeing some things. I know.
Yes.
But
way too much.
That does not mean that I want to, because I really did a good job of avoiding all the Spider-Man stuff, and I liked the fact that I wasn't. I think someone dropped that. Oh, there would be a surprise. There was a surprise character that shows up.
Yes.
And I saw, like, talking about what we're gonna talk about later, Jean Grey popped in, and I was like, "Oh, damn."
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
And I was like, And my kids were like, "What is your problem?" And I'm like,
"You just don't know. You just don't know.
Don't know." And she's like, she is so. Oh my gosh! And my oldest was like, "Is she really that badass?"
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She really. They are not showing her what she's going to be. I promise you that.
Yep.
She's pretty cool right now, but.
Yep. We'll get into that later. Yep. And then one last thing for D23, yay or nay, and this is how we're going to segue into our next topic. Revealing the X-Men cast, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay. I'm a yay on that too. I'm a yay on that too. Not a Kanye, just a yay. So yeah, that was our preview of D23 2026. If you guys are hanging out on the stream tonight, just know that next week the big show will be starting later in the evening, and we will be covering and watching the D23 press conferences, panel, whatever you want to call them, the same way we did San Diego Comic-Con. They don't allow cameras in there, but we watched it and got all the updates via Twitter/X, and then sort of just hung out and talked about things as they got revealed. So we will be doing that again next week for D23. I'll probably end up starting the stream around 7:45 p.m., 8:45 p.m. Central Time. It'll have to be later because I know it doesn't start until closer to 9 o'clock our time. So yeah, if you guys are available, awesome. If not, it'll be me on here yapping while we watch that. So that'll be fun. That'll be something fun to do next week. So just a little shout out and a preview of that. Real quick, I'm gonna run through some of these comments real quick. It's a little harder to run through so many comments because we got so many of them coming in. But I'm gonna pick a few. Johnny said that her hero struggle was off screen. Yeah, and it might have been off screen, but that's not the way they should have did it. Not the way they should have did it. Her father issues kind of bookended the story. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, but that's not. You kind of need to see it. I mean, it's
yes.
You can't just allude to it.
Right.
You got to at least show me a flashback or something to kind of make it feel real.
Right. Patrick says Finn should have been the Jedi. That would have been dope. And they kind of alluded to that early on, and then it just fizzled out. Like, I don't know if they got cold feet about doing it or what, but something happened. I
wonder about that. Something happened there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Patrick. It seemed to be going that way, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely was going that way. And the relationship between her and or Ray and him was kind of going that direction too. And then that just fizzled out too. It's like they got cold feet.
We're just gonna forget about that. Like, remember that last movie we did? Yeah.
Right. It never happened.
It never happened.
See, that leads into what Patrick is saying. He says maybe they should say volume 7 through 9 was a dream or it never happened. Yeah.
If they do that, I'll riot.
Non-canon. I've heard people it's been rumored that they could go that route and say that it wasn't canon and just like act like they never happened, which would be a crazy way to go about doing things. I don't think they'll go that route, but never know, I guess.
You never know, but good. Wouldn't you be a little annoyed? Like, okay, those 3 movies you went and saw,
big time. Yeah. So the other comments are about Spider-Man, so we're gonna jump into that shortly. But before we get into Spider-Man, relatively quickly, we're gonna run through our second topic of the day, which is X-Men casting rumors. So if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on, the X-Men are slowly being cast over the last few weeks. And a lot of people think, and this is how it sort of segues into our D23 conversation, but a lot of people think that they're going to have a full cast announcement at D23, which is why we're starting to get these drips and drabs of information leaking out about X-Men and who's potentially being cast. So I am going to run through real quick some of the people who have already been cast and some people who are rumored to be cast. And the first off would be one Miss Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and this one is confirmed. What do you guys think of that casting?
I like her.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It was a crazy way of sort of presenting her as a full-on villain through a lot of the movie, and just sort of giving us a little glimpse into her power. We'll talk more about her power and stuff later, but yeah, it was, I really enjoyed the direction that they decided to take Jean Grey in this story, and I can't wait to see more.
Was she in Stranger Things too?
Yes, 100%.
She was Max.
She was Max in Stranger Things. Yeah, like that. I enjoyed her character in Stranger Things too.
I think she was one of my favorite characters by the end.
For sure. Yeah. You could see the star power. It was there. It was there the whole time. Next up, and I'm gonna pull up pictures of these folks as we go. Kit Connor as Scott Summers, aka Cyclops.
I think I saw something about this too. Yeah.
Yes, and you can see some of the pictures. I have them on here. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it too. I have never seen anything that he's been in before, so it's a little bit harder for me to know much about him, but from just going looks wise, I can see the jawline, especially like this picture. Like you can kind of see it there. You can kind of see and understand it there. They're gonna throw the visor on him. He got the jawline. They'll probably make him gain like 15 pounds and be ripped. He going to Chris Evans, Hugh Jackman diet. But I mean, I really hope, and he's only 21 as far as I know too. So he lines up with around the same age as Sadie Sink, which is great, because we all know how Jean Grey and Jean Grey and Scott Summers end up going. So yeah, I think that's gonna work. And one more person who is like highly rumored to be cast. They have not released it yet, and this has a little bit to do with our love triangle between Scott, Jean Grey, and one Miss Emma Frost. So that is Samara.
Oh, good. I like that putting that in there.
Emma
it's been
like Frost.
A long time storyline there.
Yeah.
Now this casting, spot on.
Spot
on.
Oh yeah.
She's gotta have her.
Oh my god.
Like that though.
Yep.
The girl who played her on with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she was that worked too.
January
that worked
Jones?
too. Yes, that worked too. That worked too.
But
I think
she was really good, but that's like 15, 17 years ago, something like that.
Right. I believe Samara Weaving is 33 or 34, so she's a little bit older. Just like in the comics, she was always a little bit older than them. But there was definitely a bit of a love triangle at certain points, and Scott definitely moved towards Emma Frost at a certain point too. It'll be fun to see them eventually play into that storyline. And I think that's one thing that we need to see and that Marvel needs to accentuate with our X-Men. And it might be a little bit controversial to say this, but our X-Men need to be attractive. They need to be people that like the guys look at them like, dang, you know what? I wouldn't mind being Cyclops. He's ripped. He's an attractive dude. And the ladies, the guys should be drooling over them. Like like I said, it might be controversial to say that, but that's kind of how it works. And I think that Marvel needs to lean into that, just like they've leaned into it with Marvel Rivals. Like, have you guys seen Emma Frost on Marvel Rivals? Like,
I think I've seen clips of that. Yeah,
some of those skins are like, I mean, it makes me blush, and I'm dark.
You're like, oh my lord.
They make me blush. But I think that Marvel needs to lean into that, and the comics sort of alluded to that and leaned into that as well. And I think that that's part of it. And I think that we can't just go so rigid with everything that we don't want to accentuate those parts of the characters and stuff. So yeah,
I mean, these are supposed to be like the creme de la creme, and they're like
exactly.
I mean, she has like multiple. She's not just a telepath. She has like secondary mutations too. Like that can.
Yep.
I hope they fully utilize.
Oh yeah. We saw Jean develop her secondary mutation in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So yeah. I'm sure that Emma Frost is gonna eventually get her diamond form if she don't have it from the very beginning. Outside of her, crazy telepath skills.
She's top tier. She's like near Professor X though. She's a step or two down. I mean, she's like not a step or two, but she's like on a scale like Professor X1. She's maybe 7, but she's a monster too. She's like, aren't they in the Hellfire Club?
Yep. Yeah. And speaking of which, the newest rumor is that Adam Driver is going to be playing Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, so I can see that too. Like he can pull off anything.
I hope they use that whole like Hellfire Club thing because that could be a lot of fun if they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only reason I don't really want them to use it is because they used it already. But I mean, I would love to see. I love to see a different spin on it. Give me a different take. Just don't give me what you gave me before.
They didn't do the full out. They didn't do
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I mean,
they didn't. But we got it in First Class.
Yeah, you kind of got it, but it was kind of like it seemed like a side quest to the original story, though. It didn't feel like that to me was like I felt like that was just something they threw in to kind of make people like, oh, there. If you know, but
right.
I want that to be the focal point. It always felt like comic books to me. Like it was the X-Men versus the Hellfire Club.
Yeah. Yep.
And usually the Hellfire Club worked them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, and I would love to see a different take on that. Just a different take. This is Kaylee Spaney. I think that's how you pronounce it, who's rumored to play Rogue. This one I'm not seeing as much. First off, she's 5'1". Like that ain't gonna work. Your Rogue has to be at least like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7". Rogue is tall. So that gives me a little pause to have a petite Rogue. That I mean, they can pull it off and make me forget, but I would like to see a less petite Rogue.
She needs to be taller. Agreed.
Yep. Now, I don't remember the name of the other young woman who was rumored to be playing Rogue, but I thought she fit much better. Dang, I'll have to look her up next, but I can't remember her name. Oh, darn it. Okay. And then we have Charles Melton, who was rumored to be playing Beast. Let's get a picture of him.
You can go a lot of different ways with Beast, though.
Yep.
You can.
Maybe.
Yep. I mean, now I could see this one. I could see this one.
I mean, good God, they made Kelsey Grammer,
right?
The Beast. I mean, and he actually really wasn't bad. I remember watching it being like, I suck, and then I watched it and was like,
yep.
If you didn't pull that one off, but he did.
Yep. Now I could see Charles Melton. They let him grow his hair out a little bit more. I could see him definitely pulling that off. And it has some solid acting chops too. And who is the rumored? Okay, we have Tom Pelfey currently in the lead for playing Professor X.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I've really gotten kind of tied to the actor that played it. Was it Peter Skarsgård?
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. Yep. Yeah, I could go either way. I could go either way. I think that whoever they decide to pick for Professor X is going to be good. I don't think they're gonna. Yeah. I think they're gonna nail that. The actors that I've seen mentioned all seem like they have the right look, they have the right acting chops. So I think they're gonna nail that either way. I think I'm more intrigued by seeing Skarsgård play it.
Yeah.
Only because I should say the one thing I don't like about it is that him having to be so like restrained. Like I think you'd be wasting him playing Professor X. Now, if you had him playing like Mr. Sinister, I could really see him playing a cool Mr. Sinister, only because he has that sort of vibe. Like he has the weird vibe like that. That would be really good for him. But sort of playing the restrained, stoic Professor X, I don't see that as much. But acting wise, I think he could pull it off.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
Yep. And definitely. Then finally, and now this is like stretching as far as rumors go, because just comes from an interview that this young lady had where she said that she has spoken with Marvel and she told them that if she got a chance to play a character, she would like to play Mystique. And this young lady is none other than Indy Navarrete.
Oh, Miss Obsession.
From Obsession.
Shoot.
So yeah, I mean, like they nailing the looks, because you nailing the hotness factor. With all of these folks, like the guys and girls included, you're nailing that. I think that she would be able to play and pull off Mystique well, only because I just wonder if we're gonna get like Jennifer Lawrence Mystique, or are we gonna get Mystique more like Assassin Mystique?
Yeah,
I
like the Assassin Mystique.
I do too. I do too. And if I had to cast Indy to fan cast Indy as somebody, I think I would fan cast her more. And I know that probably wouldn't work, but I think she could pull off a Psylocke really well. I think, and especially with the sex appeal, I think she could really pull off the Psylocke well. But I think that there are more like Asian and Asian American actresses that I'd probably choose for that first. But yeah, I definitely could see her pulling off a cool character. I would love to see her play like a more villainous character, because we've seen her kind of do that in Obsession. So, yeah.
She actually seems pretty chill though. I watched a handful of interviews.
Oh, super chill. She's like a Twitch streamer, and like, she did a bunch of chill stuff, man. Only made $30K off of Obsession, but like now she's like, she's blown up already. So.
I haven't seen the whole film yet, but I haven't seen the film. But it's kind of still in theaters.
It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's not quite as good as like everybody makes it seem, right? But it's good. It's solid. It's solid. I enjoyed it. So yeah,
that is. You only made 30 G's off that. I mean, good.
Yeah. I mean, but that was an investment. Like, I'm sure she didn't expect the movie to blow up the way that it did, but now that it has, like, she just wrote her ticket for the next 10 years. So she's good. She's gonna be eating fine after this. What do you guys have? Anybody else that you can think of who would be a cool like fan cast for our upcoming X-Men?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of Storm.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of Storm last time, and we said Jade Cargill. And I mean this lady is Storm. Like she literally is Storm. I don't know, but I think you need to have a more solid actress, and I don't know what her acting chops are. I don't think she's been in a movie or anything like that before. But like physique wise, like she's Storm.
But Storm isn't like, she's strong, but she isn't like overly muscly though. You know, like it's kind of she isn't like a
I know what you mean.
She's not like she's not like a She-Hulk, like just
right.
She's not like that. She's not built like that. She's the goddess of the weather. I mean, she's a monster, but not for that reason.
Yep. And I know this
go a lot of different directions with that one.
Jamie Lawson is the young lady who, from what I understand, is in the lead currently. And a lot of people have said, like, I think she's 5'9", so she has the right height. She's a little less bulky than Jade. Like, could totally pull off Storm. Pull off Storm. And I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is some of the rumored cast for X-Men coming up in 2028, which will be here before we know it, man. So as far as we know, in 2028, we're gonna have May 5th, I think, is when X-Men is supposed to come out. So that'll be the first one after Secret Wars, first movie after Secret Wars. Then after that, a little bit later in the year, we're gonna have Ghost Rider come out. And then a little bit later after that, around Christmas time, we're going to have Black Panther 3. So that's a solid year's worth of movies dropping in 2028.
Should be.
Can't wait for it.
Should be.
Cannot wait for it.
Can they keep the momentum going, though?
Yeah, that is the question. That is the question. And
I mean, really, like, we're talking about Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider 1, I had fun with. I had a really good time. And then 2 came out, and I was like, what the heck? A Spirit of Vengeance, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I just was thoroughly confused throughout the whole movie. Like, what were you?
Yeah.
What?
That was a
what happened? Yeah, like what happened with this? And I really don't. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to temper myself a little bit because I don't want to get too excited because we've been let down as Marvel fans.
You got that right.
They have messed up a few times. Like I love what they're doing with the X-Men 97. I love some of the other things they're doing. But again, to what we've said before, I don't know. I mean, there are so many things that they have gotten wrong that you're going to have to show me. I mean, you're going to have to show me for a while, like with the most recent Spider-Man, that you're going to get it right. I need more like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be just like that. It doesn't have to be that good because, and again, we're going towards the end, like on the back end of the show, like it's our final point thing. I don't think it has to be that good because I thought it was amazing, but you need to be in that vein because you have an army of fanboys who love this, and that's part of the reason we're doing this show is that we talk about the things we love, and we wouldn't be sitting here doing it unless we really cared. And when you fail like Craven, and when you fail like Madam Web, just think. I mean, like it's so bad that people don't want to watch them because I was intrigued, and it was so bad. It was the clips I saw were so bad that I was like, I don't want to even bother. And that's someone like me who knew who Craven was and knew who all those characters were. So yeah, they need to get right and stay right for a while, and then I think I'll trust them.
Yes.
And you can have your little flub here and there, but they had a series of like, what were you thinking? Who did you hire? Fire them right now because that is
All right. Well, I guess that's a cool segue into our third and final topic of the show tonight, which will be our full spoiler discussion for Spider-Man Brand New Day. If you guys have any qualms about hearing spoilers for this movie, you should probably leave now. Normally, I wouldn't tell people to leave. Maybe you just put it on mute. But yeah, we're gonna discuss everything. We're gonna discuss everything. I see all the comments of everybody talking about the X-Men cast stuff too. So yeah, we will circle back around to a lot of those as we end tonight. And because I haven't done so already, real quick, let me give a shout out to Miss Kim's who's in the building. And one Mr. 954187. Big shout out to you. And I got a question, Mister. Is this my guy Lawson? Because it is. If it is, let me know. Like I said before, I got something for you. But if it is, let me know. Jump in the chat and let me know. But anyway, we'll get rolling on the Spider-Man talk, and if we get an answer to that, then we'll stop. But yeah. So Spider-Man Brand New Day has already crossed over 500 million in theaters through the first week of it being released. So we're just past the first week of it being released, and that's $500 million domestically. Like that's not even the worldwide box office at this point. It's already crossed $1 billion worldwide. Incredible movie. I'm so glad that they were able to drop a movie that was able to make us sort of regain our confidence in Marvel.
Yeah.
I feel like they got their swag back. I am very excited to go over this full spoiler discussion. So I got like a summary, and I'm going to hit a lot of the topics, just like a lot of the plot points of the movie. As we go, when you guys have something to say, just jump in and we'll start discussing it further. So the movie takes place several years after No Way Home. Peter Parker is completely alone. MJ and Ned don't remember him. So Peter has buried himself into being Spider-Man full-time. We started off with a lot of doom, gloom, and despair from Spider-Man. You could tell he was lonely before jumping off the building, looking at his like Instagram reels of his friends and stuff. And that has to be a tough way to live, man. It immediately drew me in, seeing how sort of heartbroken and sad he was viewing his friends.
And I like that too. I like seeing Spider-Man alone. Spider-Man mature. Like I like that that version of Spider-Man. I don't think we've seen that on the big screen.
Yes. And it's cool to see the actual like Tom Holland Spider-Man grow into that level. As you know, he's not like Spider Kid anymore. He's not Spider high schooler. He's not Spider college guy. He's really Spider-Man at this point.
Spider-Man.
So, seeing some more adult stuff from Peter Parker.
And he doesn't have he didn't have the Tony Stark stuff on.
Yeah.
So he wasn't Iron Boy. Like he was full on Spider-Man.
Yep. 100% agree. Peter has become an extremely active street-level Spider-Man, fighting New York criminals, including Scorpion and other supervillains, while occasionally crossing paths with Frank Castle, aka Punisher. Peter and Frank have an antagonistic big brother, little brother type relationship. What did you guys think of the relationship between the Punisher and Spider-Man in this movie?
I liked it. It fit the movie really well. The only problem I had is that I think in any kind of altercation, Spider-Man just beats the brakes off the Punisher, and
for sure.
I think when they initially had what Punisher is supposed to be is he usually goes against street level non-soups. And that was his niche in the Marvel universe, and that's who he was supposed to be fighting. And he seemed to be going against. I mean, he goes against a handful of people who are soups in this movie. So that's my only real tiny complaint about that part. But overall, I thought he fit it well.
Yeah, I love the relationship, the big brother little brother relationship. I love how they gave more character development to Frank Castle. I thought it went on a bit too long. I had some of the same issues where I felt like if Spider-Man is going against like a top-notch villain, he's just out of place. And towards the end of the movie, he was kind of out of place for me. I didn't believe he would work out there in those roles. And I don't want to touch on the summary, but as the movie got down, he was dealing with some of the villains they were dealing with, or some of the people he was fighting. I just didn't feel that. I didn't think he would be the person Spider-Man would need to team up with. And I know they didn't want to team him up with another Avenger in this movie, but it felt like Frank Castle was a little out of place for me. I loved it at the beginning, but towards the end, I was just like, I don't think he would fit in this situation to really help. He wouldn't help Spider-Man in that situation.
Yeah. I think comic book Punisher was a lot more hardcore and more of a loner. To see this one have a little bit more of the feels for someone in any sort of direction, it was a little jarring. But I mean, I've come to expect that a little bit more, and I know that they're gonna out of this version, you're gonna see a little bit more heart than what we would normally see out of a Punisher.
Yes. And they're trying to put Punisher in the PG-13 world, and
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. And it was like it was a scene in the movie where they had to keep reminding you, like, if his family died, like, that's his motivation. Because like MJ opens up the closet door, the cabinet. He's like, close it up. Like, oh yeah, it's like his family died. That's his motivation. And so it was just that, but I don't know if I like him in the, like you were saying, in the PG-13 world.
Yep.
I don't like that at all. I mean, I think that's why I think he felt out of place in this movie. And like, to me, the fact that again, we're in full spoiler at the moment. He goes against Big Hulk. And I'm just like, no. I don't care who you are, but we're all three of us in this little stream are human, and there's a part of you that goes, this is too big.
I'm
for
good
me.
here. Yep.
Do it. No, I don't care how heavily armed I am. If I'm looking across the way, I know what shooting that guy in the face does to him, and I need to not. I need to go home.
I need to not. I need to
go home.
I need to not.
I'm a human. If he gets a Hulk, I literally thought in the movie, there's no way that Hulk is going to touch him, because if he gets one hand on him, Punisher's dead. And if they go, oh, he survived this, no, he didn't. He would not.
No.
So,
What I was expecting to have happen was that Punisher, and this happened a few different times in the comics, but Punisher, this is how I thought it was going to play out. The way that Spider-Man ended up getting that damage control shocker gauntlet thing that he had, I thought somehow, some way, if we got more, and this is one of the things I didn't like, I don't think we had enough Hulk, but if he was going to take him on, I thought he was going to get one of his suits from the comics that was sort of like a Punisher Iron Man suit. Like War Machine suit. I thought that he would get that. Now that way he would be able to sort of hang with the Hulk, not in any way beat him, but he'd be able to hang with him at least. So
he can survive a hit, maybe. But
exactly.
Even that part for me is a little, that's why I felt like they were kind of in the wrong spot. Like, I mean, it was fine, okay, until you added the Hulk to it, and then it was like, wait a minute, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. He should not be here. He should not be here at all.
In any way. I did, since we're talking about Punisher real quick, I did enjoy the fight scene between them. Even though it wasn't really realistic, I did enjoy the way that, Spider-Man was sort of teaming up with them, and like the one shot with Hulk jumping over them and Spider-Man sort of in the air and pulling Punisher underneath him, and he's got his gun and shooting up. Like, that was dope. It looked great. And that's one thing that I got to say about this movie. It was shot in a spectacular fashion.
Beautiful.
Like, it was, I mean, amazing. Just some of the flying, not flying through the city, but like swinging through the city scenes, especially in the beginning, like the shot of him that you can see inside of his mask. That was cool.
Felt like the video game.
And I've seen a comparison that some people said that they took a little bit too many liberties stealing directly from the video game, but I mean, it looks great. I mean, what are you gonna do?
If you did take it, it's yours.
It was great. It was great. If anybody's gonna take it, it should have been them.
Right.
So it was great. It was great. Jumping back into the summary real quick, it says Peter seeks help from Bruce Banner, now teaching at Empire State University. Bruce uses an inhibitor device to suppress Hulk, which gives Peter the idea of building technology capable of controlling his own mutation. So, of course, Peter during the movie was struggling with his powers evolving and him sort of mutating into more of a spider. Now, that inhibitor, let's talk about that real quick, because I think that little portion with the inhibitor is going to play a huge role as we move forward into the mutant saga. I think that inhibitor, and this is just my theory that I've heard other people say too, so I can't just like say it's just mine. But I feel like that inhibitor is going to come into play with, should we get a larger, more powerful damage control and more, William Stryker appearing and using that inhibitor, or trying to capture mutants so that they can have that inhibitor placed on them to suppress their powers. And I think that's going to be an ongoing conflict for the X-Men and the mutants in the next saga. And then just having that little wrinkle that Peter created it is going to be interesting. And I guarantee you we're going to get a call back at some point where Peter is going to interact with Jean, and they're going to have a conversation about that and say like, hey, you made this, like, you're the reason for this. And then we can get Peter / Spider-Man being sad about that too, because, you know, Spider-Man's always kind of depressed. So, yeah, that'll be something that's definitely going to come into play.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so too.
Then of course we got the big reveal of Sadie Sink's character being Jean Grey. I thought that was well done. This was the spoiler that I spoke about previously on one of our episodes that I knew about, that was heavily rumored. I actually, there's a channel called Den of Nerds. I love it. I love that channel. But he actually nailed this probably close to a year ago.
Wow.
And like nobody else had it. He figured it out. And I don't know if he stole it from somebody else, but he was the first person that I seen discuss it and say that, you know, she had to be Jean. And his reasoning was because when Kevin Feige was trying to bring Marvel back and they started, you know, brainstorming everything for Doomsday and Secret Wars and all that stuff, they said that he was like directly hands-on with everything. So like all the scripts, everything had to go through him. The only time they said that he took a break was to cast Sadie Sink as a mystery character in the upcoming Spider-Man movie. So there aren't a whole lot of characters that Sadie Sink would sort of fit the mold for, but just looking at her, Jean Grey would be one of them. And that's kind of where he was able to base that from, and it definitely ended up being true. So yeah, it was cool to see that character appear in something like this. Do you guys have a problem? And I know some people did, but do you guys have a problem with them debuting an X-Men character in a Spider-Man movie?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't have a problem with them debuting her in the movie. Now, I tried to stay completely away from all the spoilers, the rumors. I stayed off of social media. I didn't watch it. I tried to stay away from anything relating to this movie because I didn't want to know. I kind of knew they were gonna lead you up into Doomsday, and then so I just stayed away. Now, if you're a casual comic book fan, within like 20 minutes, you knew it had to be Jean Grey. You knew Jean Grey was behind it. Like I didn't feel any type of suspense behind it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is Jean Grey. Even before they revealed her, even before you see the character in the back of the car for the first time, I'm like, this has to be Jean Grey. This has to be Jean. Like I know where this is going. And so that kind of took me out of it a little bit. But no, overall, generally speaking, I didn't have a problem with them debuting her. I thought she did really well in the movie. I liked the character, but it's just the suspense I kind of lost it because I'm like, okay, this is the only person that could be Jean. So his character has to be Jean. And so that was kind of disappointing. But no, I didn't have, to answer your question, I didn't have a problem with them debuting an X-Men character in the movie.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I think I did. I must have stayed out of it altogether, and I think I was more intrigued by. I thought maybe I was thinking they were trying to bring in a new character, and they only showed the mind hopping part, and I just was like, okay, that's not really anybody in the X-Men's power, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't hop like that. And it's not. So I think that's kind of like I was just there for the ride, enjoying how well they were doing, and I think I got it a little bit later, and I just was like, oh crap, and then it all clicked. But you're just, I really thought they did it well. I thought they did it well. I don't have a problem with it. If you do it right, I don't have a problem with this at all, and they did it right.
I was gonna say, considering the fact that I was spoiled, it was sort of a relief to see that happen and her not be playing a different character, because they had rumored like Typhoid Mary and Shathara, like who's a Spider Queen lady. Like, no, they're not gonna. They wouldn't get Sadie Sink and sign her to a 4-picture deal to have her play some one-off random character in this movie. So, and they said that during the filming, they actually they have different cuts. So they called her like 6 different names because they didn't want to actually call her Jean. And so that that's how hard they didn't want the spoilers to get out for that. So I'm impressed that they were able to keep it under wraps as long as they did. Transitioning on, we can talk about the Peter, MJ, and Ned dynamic a little bit. Of course, Peter knows that MJ and Ned are back in New York City and that they graduated from MIT. He kind of creepily worked his way back into their life, like showing up at that party. Showing up at that party. I get it though. He was a lonely dude and he wanted to see his friends. I don't know if I would have done that though, because that just would have been too much of a tease for me. Like if I can't actually be with them, I don't want to just go and hang out with them.
Did anybody else kind of wonder if like they had Ned and MJ together, like as a couple? Because I was trying to figure out, like, are they? Because I know it's a PG thing, but I was like, are they a couple in this? Because they act like a couple, and I have some girls. I mean, younger, I had girls who were friends. I didn't do that. I didn't have friends like that. I didn't, and I had some girls I was really good friends with and close to, but I never ever thought, hey, we should, be roommates, like
get a crib together. No, I wouldn't throw myself into a situation like that.
No, I wouldn't. But did anybody else feel like that was?
I didn't. I honestly didn't. But I could see how somebody could. Yeah.
But they waited for a little while before that came out, and then you're just like, you have a boyfriend, but you're living with Ned.
Yeah, that was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. I mean, if Ned,
that was weird. Ned's not really threatening though. I mean,
really, exactly. He doesn't appear as a threat.
But I mean, that's the dude I'd probably be worried about. Like, dude, that guy's gonna creep on my girl the second I turn my eye.
Right. best friend. Yeah. Okay.
Best friend.
Okay. Right. MJ eventually learns that Peter is Spider-Man and reads the letter that Peter wrote explaining their history and Doctor Strange's spell. It does not magically restore her memories. That portion of the movie I was okay with, especially like I halfway expected them to immediately have her like re-fall in love with him. Yeah. But I'm glad that they showed restraint and didn't have that happen. Like, so that was an awesome sort of twist that I wasn't expecting, because, you get into movie mode and you're like, oh, she's going to remember him. And yes. And it wasn't like that. She was like, hey man, like, I know what we apparently used to be, but I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. So, this is weird now.
The current MJ though, doesn't it? She's a realist. So she's kind of not very trustful, and I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It fits the current MJ a lot, I think.
Yep. And then the fact that she had him take her home after she dissed him and said, bro, I don't know you. Right. Like, hey, I need you to give me a ride though. I can't get out here. The following scene was cool though, to see them sort of like hanging out again. You could see the chemistry, like, and that's the one thing that I could say about this group around Peter, and that they have nailed through all the movies, is the relationship between Peter, MJ, and Ned. Like, they have nailed that relationship, like nailed it. And you get, and like it so much so that you can feel that they're close off screen as well. Not just Tom Holland and Zendaya. But Ned and his Ned's real name, I can't remember his real name,
whatever it is.
Right.
You'll never see Ned pop up in another movie after this. So.
One more thing that I could say about this. What could he do next? That'd be odd. That'd be odd. But one thing I can say
recently though, I thought,
did he really?
Like, dude, Ned got a commercial?
Oh man. One thing that I can say, this movie was very, very, very well acted. The seeing Peter sort of in despair and like lost was really cool. The scene where MJ was telling him that like, hey, like I just don't know you. Like I felt that. Like I was like, oh man, like that was rough. That was rough.
That's how it should be in the real world.
Exactly. Yeah. Sadie Sink jumping into MJ's body was something that I picked up on about halfway through that scene. I was like, oh no, like are they gonna do that? Like especially once she like sort of remembered who he was and then like kissed him and stuff. I was like, and then they revealed that, you know, it was Jean Grey like really controlling her mind. I was like, oh, they went full creeper with her too. Like that was interesting. That was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I like that scene, but I seen it coming. I seen that scene coming too far. Because it was like she obviously got there before before Spider-Man got there. And then like when they landed on the roof, after he had swung her all around New York, she just immediately started to question him. Like, why are you always here? We've known each other before, right? I was like, no, I'm not feeling that.
Something's wrong.
Right.
Something's up with that.
Yeah, my spidey sense was tingling on that one too.
Exactly.
Exactly. And one line that MJ Jean said that was really cold was like how she was explaining how like there was really nothing there of him in her mind, and how she was saying how that how bad that must make Peter feel. I was like, dang, she's going for like gut punches, man. Like,
calm down, Jean.
Right? Like, relax, yo. Like you trying to hit people hard, and she offed a person. She threw that dude in front of the taxi cab. Like which was I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, dang, like you really offing people? Okay. All right. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Peter MJ Ned dynamic. As we get closer to the end of the movie, of course, she ended up taking over the Hulk for a little bit. We had that awesome scene of the fight between the Hulk and Punisher and Spider-Man. Really cool to see that. I thought it was over a little too quickly. So that kind of made me a little angry. Just that it was over so fast. Like I wanted to see more. Just when Hulk got going, then you know he sort of switched back a little bit and realized what he was doing, and that just made me a little sad. I was like, dang, I want to see more of that.
Well, I mean, I think we all want to see more like a good Hulk, but I think people forget. We haven't had a Hulk movie in a long time. There's never been a Mark Ruffalo movie. It's just been him in something else. It's always been him tied and the last time we saw the Hulk, he was, you know, kind of gray Hulk. He was like this half smart.
His Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk.
Yeah. Which I was like,
I was over it.
Okay, but the thing we like about the Hulk is Hulk smash, you know, he looked like the monster that I knew and loved. Like when he was green monster Hulk, I was like, that's the Hulk I love. And why can't we have that in a movie? But I think their problem that they keep running into is they can't find who do you pit him against that you have to question if you can beat him. And he works great as an accessory. And so no, I don't know. That's my take on that. I want another Hulk movie, but I think the problem they have is who do you really put him against? Because he was great in what was it? It wasn't Love and Thunder. It was Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah, he was excellent.
Great.
He was like he might have been the best part of that whole movie.
Yeah, agreed.
Right, in a movie that was amazing. Like, that's probably one of my favorites. That really is a fun ride that I thoroughly enjoyed. He was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed so many parts of that movie, but he was a supporting character. That was, and really, that's all he was. And this one in the Avengers, same thing, supporting, but not. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. But he just, I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I do want more. I don't think we're gonna get it anytime soon.
One thing that we got during this movie that I failed to mention is 4 words: Yelena in the hot tub, which was a peak point in the movie for me. I really I enjoyed her being in the movie, but on a more serious note, one thing that I liked, right? One thing that I did like, one thing that I did like about, one thing that I did like about this movie is that it was, and I told you this already, Steve, but it was the first, even more so than the Avenger movies, to me, it felt like a real comic in that you had characters that don't really make sense interacting, all part of a cohesive story. And like that's how it is in the comics. Like you'll have a Iron Man comic where somebody random like Wolverine shows up and they're they're interacting or something. Like that's how this should be. And this, to me, this was the first movie where I really felt like that. Like this is a random hodgepodge of people being together in this movie, because we literally had we had an X-Men, we had an Avenger. We had two Avenger. We had one old Avenger and one new Avenger, and then we had Punisher too. So like it was cool to see like the teams coming together and meshing like that. That was dope. And then it was written in a way that was believable. It didn't seem like it was forced. Like they didn't make Yelena Belova like fight or anything like that. She was just like an accessory in the movie. Like it was cool. It was really cool. Seeing that little scene where she was on the computer and like Ned and MJ looked in and they were like, is that Black Widow? And they're like, that was really cool to see like those little bits of interaction like that. So big shout out to Destin Daniel Cretton for writing and directing an amazing movie.
Great job.
Let's jump to the climax real quick. We had Jean Grey she was already at the damage control facility. We figured out what VMAX was, which was just the site that the last thing that her sister saw. Which it was okay. I was expecting a little bit more but I understand why they did it, because at least in my mind, this is why they did it. Because initially they showed Jean and Sarah, and that Sarah was the more powerful and like older. So she like taught Jean how to do things. So what this was showing was that even though Sarah was about to be unalived, her powers were growing as well, because she was able to telepathically send that image to Jean. So it kind of like gave us a little bit of a preview of what Jean was going to be able to do a few minutes later, and that her powers were evolving as well. So like I understood that, like in a movie aspect, I understood that. I was expecting it to be a little bit more, but like I got what they were doing. And then
they can't really like show how powerful she really is yet though. We have to see a build, because if they came out with like the Jean that we like, the not even Phoenix Jean, but just unblocked Jean Grey, we're just gonna be like, there's no one who beats this person. There just isn't, and nobody in that movie could handle Jean Grey at peak. Like there's, nobody. So
and I mean like the Jean that they're building towards now makes me think that 6-8 years from now we get Phoenix Jean Grey. And like you can go back to this and see like, she did always kind of have a little bit of something going on. Like she was, because remember she when she had possessed all of those people, she said that if what's his name, Metzger, didn't like say something to her or say something like that, she was gonna like eliminate all of them. So you could already see that like she's a little edgy and she don't even really know what she's doing yet. So that's gonna be interesting. Yes. That's gonna be interesting. And KR in the chat, I see KR, he says not the Phoenix arc again. Yeah, I think eventually we're gonna get it. I think we might be okay with it once we are so far removed, because then we'll be like close to 14-15 years from the last time we saw it. So
well, the last time they did it so dirty that you're just kind of like, can y'all please not again? Again, that falls into the things that Marvel didn't do right. So
Yep.
I mean, they tried, but still no.
Yep. So then we eventually had Peter reaching Jean emotionally by connecting her grief over Sarah with his own losses, particularly Aunt May, and the life that MJ and Ned the life with MJ and Ned that he sacrificed. Jean finally begins to calm down. Punisher didn't realize that Peter had gone to try to save her, so he fired his shot, and Peter sort of moved her out the way, and he ends up getting shot by a 50 cal. And because he's Spider-Man, he was okay, but anybody else that would like ripped him in half. Like, have you seen a 50 cal bullet before? Like things like that. No. Like, yeah, that was wild. I kind of like the way that they brought that was clever to me. That was clever. And I was kind of wondering, like, I saw Punisher setting up, but I didn't know what he was really doing. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's what's happening.
I know what
he
was doing. He's like, I'm gonna end the threat.
Right. Don't blame him either. Yeah. But yeah, that ends up happening. So yeah, Peter jumped in front of the bullet. And then that made Jean realize that, like, oh, he sacrificed for me, so she let down her guard and dropped the control
psionic barrier,
the 3 mile radius that she had under her control. So yeah, just to see that, man, and to know that she doesn't even know what she's doing yet, but she literally had mind control of people in a 3 mile barrier. Like, you can see, like, that's going to be damage control / the mutant, I can't remember what they call them, mutant enforcement agency, I can't remember what they call it, but that's going to be their talking point. Like, they can get anything they want passed at this point after having a mutant come in and take over, a 3 mile radius of people. They're going to be like, yeah, whatever you need. And then they're going to go directly to trying to attach those inhibitors on people, and we're going to get callbacks to that soon. So yeah, then the ending came, and it says Peter encourages Ned and finally introduces himself as Peter Parker rather than hiding behind another identity. We had and before that, though, I should say that we had the scene of Punisher hanging out with Peter in the hospital, realizing that Jean was the one who was keeping him alive all of that time, which was pretty cool to see. That was dope to see. Again, flexing her muscles in crazy ways off the top. And we saw Peter leave the hospital by having the Punisher dress up as Spider-Man and jump up and down in the window. Like, that was kind of cool. Still not really Punisher. Like, comic Punisher ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. He might be grateful and thankful and happy for him, but he ain't showing it like that. But anyway, for this Punisher, it did make sense.
He's kind of fun.
And then we sort of ended the movie with Jean appearing to drive upstate New York. One can only imagine. Well, yeah, one could only imagine where she would be going.
I don't know.
We haven't exactly seen a school for gifted individuals yet, but I would imagine that might be where she would be traveling. She was driving north as well, so we know this is in upstate New York. So that'll be interesting. That was a nice way to allude to that. And then finally, you had Peter and Ned do their handshake, and once they finished it, Ned looked at him and said Peter. So people were trying to speculate why he was able to do that. Do you think that Jean sort of unlocked something for him? Was it the handshake? Is it because, and this is one theory I heard, was that because Ned is magical, that by doing that, it sort of like broke the spell that was cast on them. And the only reason why they said that, I saw a video, and when they did their handshake while Ned had his sling ring on in the last Spider-Man movie, when they finished the handshake, it was like a little spark that sort of jumped off. Yeah, so they were saying that them doing that again was him casting another spell, which was able to help him unlock his memory.
That's interesting.
So, and I was like, interesting theory. I don't know if I believe it, but interesting theory. I
like it.
Yep. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Then we had our post-credit scene, of course, with Spider-Man Tracker and detecting Spider-Man off-world. We don't really know where that's going. A lot of theories abound with that it could have been another Spider-Man. It could be Spider-Man. Yep, is it gonna be Miles Morales? Yep, it could be Venom. It could be Spider-Man being transported to Battle World.
That's one I've heard too.
All sorts of things. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I guess we coming up on an hour and a half. But if you guys had to rate it as far as Spider-Man films go, where would you rate this one in the 4 movies that we've had? Of just the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. We'll have another discussion one day of where we rate it amongst all the Spider-Man movies.
I like it's a close one. This is a really close one. But I still like Spider-Man. What's the last one? No Way Home?
Yes.
Yeah, I still like No Way Home better. But like we talked about this earlier, No Way Home was kind of almost like a mini Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Right? I like this one. This one gave me that neighborhood Spider-Man feel that I love from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So it's a real tight one for me, but I might give No Way Home the edge on it.
Yep, it was definitely more epic. It was more epic. What do you think, James?
I think Brand New Day is like my number 1 now, and again it's tight because I did like I did like No Way Home, but I liked it more for like the fact that there were so many bad guys. Different and it was fun to see like all of them together, but then and be themselves, but not themselves, and kind of, and then on top of that, seeing all 3 Spider-Men together, that's pretty epic too. But this new one just touched like it got the formula right, and you had a very tight race, but I gotta give the newest one that like the nod. So
yes, and this question goes out to chat as well. So if you guys had to rate this one, where would you rate it? If you've seen it already. But I would probably rate this one as the best Spider-Man movie for me. And then sort of segue into what the other question as far as like overall Spider-Man movies. I think this one is, oh man, it's either 1 or 1A with Spider-Man 2. It's like that Spider-Man 2 is an incredible movie. That's incredible. Just like it's that and like I said, I don't even think that Tobey is the best Spider-Man, but that movie was incredible. Like I remember watching that and finishing it, and even then I knew that like, oh, I just watched something special. Like that was a thing. I need to go back and watch it. I haven't watched it in a long time. But yeah. Did you? Nice. But yeah, this one I feel rates right up there with it. As far as the writing, the storytelling, the crispness of the story that was told. I feel like this was a complete like Spider-Man story. And it had so many elements that made me come to appreciate Tom Holland and his portrayal of Spider-Man. So I definitely feel like this is the best of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
But and I would rate it either, it's right there with Spider-Man 2 for me. But yeah,
pretty high.
Very high. So that will end our conversation on Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I think that's it. We said that we were going to do the show for an hour, and we end up getting right at an hour and a half. I still think that's better. It's better than last week, or better than the week before last when we tried to do this. Each time we're going to get closer and closer to the hour. The first time we did it, it was a flat hour. The next few times, it was a little too long. But I mean, I think that, when we got to go in depth with something like this, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I truly enjoyed having you guys on tonight. Always a pleasure, always a great time. Jumping in the chat real quick and looking at some of the comments in the chat, man. KR says, I struggle with my nostalgia from No Way Home and how good this one was. Yeah, so I'm with you on that. It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice.
It's a tough one too.
No Way Home No Way Home hit the Avengers vibe for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Brand New Day hit the Spider-Man vibe for me. So
Yeah,
like it's
that's
just a different vibe. Just a different vibe.
Yeah.
Great movies all the way around, just a different vibe. But yeah, really enjoyed everybody jumping in the comments, man. I had so many of them, and it's a little different when we do these shows, especially because I knew we were going to go long with the Spider-Man stuff. I couldn't really read and discuss all the comments like I normally do. But yeah, big shout out to all of you guys who were hanging out in the comments. Big shout out to Patrick. Big shout out to KR. Big shout out to Mr. Big shout out to Kim's. Just appreciate Katie, who was also in the chat, and Johnny, who was also in the chat as well. But yeah, it was great conversation. Patrick in the chat right now said lanterns. Yes, we will be here for lanterns this it's not this week, because this week is the season finale of House of Dragons. So the next week after that is when lanterns start. But yes, I will be here for the lantern stream. You guys are always invited to join me if you'd like. No pressure. I always say that you can join me, but if you don't want to or can't, I understand. But yeah, I will definitely be here for lanterns. It starts that following week, so 2 weeks from this Sunday. But yeah, can't wait to watch that. I hope that it's good. I really hope that it's good. I really hope that it's good. Like I need DC.
Do you really hope?
Dude, I really hope that it's good. Like I can't watch something that's not good. I really can't. Speaking of which, one thing real quick. Do any of you guys, and this goes to the chat too, do any of you guys watch Reacher?
Yeah.
I have, yes.
Reacher's amazing.
I haven't watched it. So the Reacher season 4 is about to come out. I believe the season 4 is going to be on Wednesdays. So with X-Men 97 ending, I'm thinking about doing Reacher season 4. So if you guys are interested, of course, if chat's interested, I will be willing to at least come on for one episode of that. I'm going to go and watch the first season for sure. I'm going to see how deep I can get through the second season. And then I might end up watching the summary for the third, because I don't know if I got 20 hours of TV in me. But between now and 2.5 weeks from now. But
struggle to get through the first season at all. I promise you that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, I know James, me and you have talked about Reacher before already. And you told me that it was good. So
it's really good.
All right. I'm gonna check it out. Gonna check it out. And then maybe we will attempt to do live stream watch parties for that as well. I think that'll be fun.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it, man. As far as the schedule goes for this upcoming week, of course, we have House of the Dragon season 3 finale coming up on Sunday, starting at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll do a half-hour prep and then jump into the season finale of that. Then coming up that next Monday, we will be doing Dancing with the Stars, the next pro. I think it's episode 5 of that, which we having a good turnout for that. That's been fun. And then we will be coming back on Wednesday for X-Men 97 season 2 episode 9, which is the season finale of that as well. So big expectations for that. Really hoping that it's great. So can't wait to come by and watch that as well. Patrick says good night, guys. KR says the same thing. Yeah, really appreciate all of you guys hanging out in the chat tonight, man. It was a great time. I really loved the spoiler talk for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So but yeah, that's our schedule for the upcoming week. If you guys have not done so already, you just happen to be walking and listening and somehow stumbled upon this stream while walking through YouTube, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop those comments, and just know that Watch Stuff with Us will be in the mix in 2026. Again, big shout out to James, big shout out to Steve. Much love and appreciate you guys, and we will see you when we see you. Peace and love.
Bye, buddy.